The river has been rising for 3 days, and the people of the valley know what rising rivers do. They have seen it before, the way water climbs the banks with a patience that feels almost deliberate, the way the dam at the river's head holds and holds and holds, and then, morning before dawn, does not. The crack starts small, a seep through the concrete that the dam keeper hears in his sleep and wakes to and knows immediately, with the particular knowing of a person whose whole life is the thing that is now breaking. The evacuation alarm goes out and people begin to move, but moving is slow when the water is already in the streets and the bridge has gone underwater and the only road runs along the river's edge. In the deep pool below the dam, something has been growing for 3 years, a Gyarados that no one in the valley knew was there, that came as a Magikarp to a pool of clear water and found it good and stayed through the dry summers and the frozen winters, growing in the dark with no one watching. It remembers being a Magikarp. It remembers every person who passed by the pool and laughed or looked and said, "Useless, weak, what is the point of that?" It remembers evolving alone in the cold of a winter night, with no one there to see, the change moving through it like a storm from the inside, and the extraordinary, terrifying moment of understand what it had become. It feels the dam break before the sound reaches the water, the pressure change of thousands of tons suddenly given permission to move, and it is already rising when the first crack tears open wide, its enormous body uncoiling from the depths with a speed that its size makes impossible to believe. It hits the break point at full momentum, and the collision shakes the valley, water pressing from one side, Gyarados pressing from the other, its massive body filling the breach and holding. The strain is extraordinary. It spreads itself across the widest part of the break, using its own mass as a seal while the water hammers from behind and opens its jaws and releases a hyper beam directly into the concrete above the fracture, not to destroy but to fuse, the concentrated energy superheating the wet concrete and rebar into a temporary bond that holds the sides of the crack together while the pressure equalizes. It is not a permanent repair. It doesn't need to be permanent. It needs to hold for 2 hours while the valley empties, and it holds for three. When the last vehicle clears the road and the engineers arrive, Gyarados releases the dam and sinks back into its pool, and the controlled release the engineers managed from that point is nothing compared to what was building before. The next day, a reporter asks everyone who was there what saved them. None of them have the same answer, because none of them could see what was happening in the dark water and the small hours of the morning. But in the pool below the repaired dam, the Gyarados that no one knew was there still lives, still tends its water, still watches the valley it has decided, without anyone asking, to protect.